Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Conversation that a lot of people are having that's unnecessary. It's a lot of feelings. A lot of people are in their feelings about Shadur Sanders sliding to the 5th round. A lot of people before the draft thought he would, at least he thought he would, and his old man prime time, Deion Sanders, just knew Shadur Sanders will be selected top 3 in the 1st round. Now, I have no issue with a young man being confident. I have no issue with that. And this notion that the NFL is being racist and they're putting the black man in his place because he's confident and braggadocious and all that, that is a fallacy. A lot of you dudes are swimming in your feelings too much. It has nothing to do with race in Shadur's case. Nothing at all. And a lot of y'all see, and this is the dumb shit that black people like to do all the time, because black people are the most obsessive as far as race is concerned, race relations. Black people are the most obsessed about race on the planet. So that's always the go-to. It must be race. It must be race. I've watched Shadur Sanders play. When they say he has a weak arm, they're not exaggerating. I mean, it's strong enough to play in the NFL. It's strong enough to be a quarterback. But compared to other quarterbacks, it's not the strongest arm. He's going to have a hard time making all the throws until his arm gets stronger. And if you naturally have a weak arm, your arm is only going to get so strong. As a quarterback, they need you to be able to throw all the routes. You can't have opposing defenses stacking the box and not being afraid of your quarterback because your quarterback has a weak arm. Name me a weak arm quarterback that was drafted first 3 in the 1st round. A quarterback who is deemed with the weak arm. A quarterback who thinks he's a lot better than he is. Now, I have no problem with being ultra confident. If you don't believe in you, then who will? I understand that. But at the same time, it's a team game. In football, more than any other sport, you have to, as the quarterback, you have to look at it from the point of view of when you're running an offense, you have to be in sync. All of you guys have to move like an organism, a single organism, different parts. You have to be on the same page. You can't be throwing your teammates under the bus in front of cameras. Now, in the locker room, when the cameras are gone, the reporters are gone, you got something to say to somebody, yeah, that's the place to do it. But it's known. It's a known fact. It's on video. His bad body language when things are going bad. His willingness to throw teammates under the bus when things are going bad. It's one thing if you're motivating them, you're slapping them on the helmet like, yo, let's go. Bring your balls with you. That's one thing. But to be like, man, it's your fault. You fumbled, so I threw the ball where it's supposed to be. It's your fault. Two different things. You can easily fracture a locker room, especially if you're the quarterback. And the fact that he doesn't have the strongest arm, your attitude needs to match your abilities. You can't be off balance like Shadur is. He thinks he's a Hall of Famer already just because his dad is a Hall of Famer. Dude, you got to put in the work first. And then, Deion talking about he don't want to go to Cleveland. He's going to try to force it. He's going to try to pull a Eli if he can. See, you're stirring up. He's not even in the league yet, and you're already putting out the perception and the vibe that whatever team he goes to, he's going to run that organization. No, the fuck you not. You are an employee at the end of the day. There has to be more perspective when talking about this, because a lot of dudes couldn't wait to play the race card, just ran to the finish line to grab the trophy of racism. And I, for one, I'm tired of hearing that shit, because when it actually does happen, when it is blatant racism, then we ain't gonna have a leg to stand on, because we've been screaming racism about everything. It's not about race. And in my personal opinion, he's not that good. I've watched him play. And a lot of people are going to mention the record, what it was before Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter showed up, and what it was after that. Before Deion Primetime showed up, and what the program is now. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm specifically talking about the quarterback position, how he plays, how he processes what's going on in real time. When his first read is not available, can he go through his other progressions? Can he find somebody else that's open? Or is it a situation where if his first read is not open, he's going to run? The same argument I had with Justin Fields. One read run quarterbacks are not all that successful in the NFL. They're very limited. And then you add that on top of the way he acts. He acts like he's a lot better than he is. And somebody needs to tell him. And this NFL draft basically told him. The whole league watched tape on Shadur Sanders. Every single snap. It wouldn't matter if he's white. If your arm is weak, your arm is weak. My favorite team, the Chicago Bears, has a backup quarterback by the name of Tyson Bagent. He's white. I say the same exact thing about him. The difference is his attitude is a whole lot better than Shadur Sanders' attitude. He's confident. He thinks and believes that he's a starter, but he's not better than Caleb Williams. But just like Shadur Sanders, Tyson Bagent has a weak arm. That's the knock on him. Nobody is knocking down, kicking in doors, cutting in front of the line because, oh my God, I just have to have that weak arm quarterback as my franchise quarterback. I must have him. Nobody is doing that. And then it still comes back to the personality. You have executives saying that he his in-person interviews was the worst that they have ever seen. And these are not evaluators who are new to the NFL, that have been in the NFL 1 or 2 years, 3 to 4 years. These guys have been in the NFL for decades. They've interviewed and been in interviews of a lot of players, a lot of quarterbacks, and nobody has flunked that portion of the test worse than Shadur Sanders. Basically, it's a nice way of saying he's an asshole and his talent doesn't equal his brash assholishness. And I don't give a fuck what you niggas say. You could call me a coon, a sellout, or whatever the fuck you want to say. Fuck y'all too. I know exactly what I see. I know what good quarterbacks look like. I know what I'm watching when I'm watching a football game. If the quarterback's head is moving, is he going through his progressions, or is he going to run because his first guy wasn't open? That's what Shadur Sanders does. He can throw a slant all day. He can throw the screen pass all day. The regular screen, the bubble screen to the right or the left, he can do that all day. He can dump the ball off to the running back all day. That's what happens when a quarterback is slow at processing and he doesn't have the strongest arm. So what he's going to do, he's going to rely on his legs more. He's going to run more. Some people try to make the comp between Shadur and Lamar Jackson. There's no comp. That is stupid. Lamar Jackson has a rifle for an arm, and he's able to go through his progressions. Yes, he's athletic. He can run his ass off, but he actually goes through his progressions, and he puts the ball where it needs to be put. So there's no comparison, not at all. And he's not an asshole either. He's a team player. That's what you need out of your quarterback. And Shadur Sanders does not fit that mold. The last quarterback to come in the league acting like that was Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel is white. So when Johnny Manziel eventually got ran out of the NFL, nobody was hooting and hollering, oh, it's because he's white. Why are they doing this? You guys have no legs to stand on. You don't know what you're talking about. So I'm saying it because if a white person says it, you're going to call them racist. They're trying to hold the black man down. They're trying to keep this young black man down because they're intimidated by his personality. His personality wouldn't be a problem at all if he was as good as Patrick Mahomes, if he was as good as Josh Allen, if he was as good as Lamar Jackson, if he was as good as Jaden Daniels. Nobody would care about his brashness, his wearing a chain, his being flashy and talking trash. Nobody would care because he has the skills to back it up. That's the difference. That's what you're not mentioning. That's what you fail to realize. He's not as good as he thinks he is. And the whole league, the NFL, put him on notice. So fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all are fucking stupid if you think this is about race. And whoever gets offended, fuck it. Take it that way. I meant it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shy Out of Town Sports. I'm out.